Okay, bear with me folks, just to get the initial stuff. A little bit more to set up than normal this time, but we are starting very soon. Okay, good afternoon folks, welcome to London Planespotting. Hopefully you can hear me okay. We're here in, I would normally say sunny London City, but it is a very overcast day today. I'll show you the very dark clouds today here at City Airport. We have got the umbrella out today, and hopefully it's going to be secure enough to protect us. Hopefully not too much wet equipment, that's the idea. So it looks like our first flight today going out is going to be Zurich. This is Seaflyer 35 Bravo, which is this one here. So I'll get to the chat in a moment, guys. Do bear with me. So Sylvia S, good morning to you in Michigan, USA. Hope you are well. Becky Davis, hello to you. Sue, good afternoon. Samil, good afternoon to you. Hope you're well. And fun things to do with Tech Sparky is on our moderators chat today. Good to have you along. And always, don't forget to hit the like button. Let's get trending on Facebook or YouTube. We can also get trending on Facebook as well, I don't mind. Now, is the radio working? Have I set that up to the right frequency? Let's have a look. I'm pretty certain London City frequency is 11870. Let's have a look. Should be interesting with the schedule today. Due to the weather, there is quite a few. Oh, thought we had some air. Oh, it's picking up when I'm touching the unit. I have to rethink that. It's picking up my resistance. Yeah, so weather is causing a little bit of headache with scheduling times today. That was so much fun. There we go. So, see, I believe that scratching you heard probably the radio. Just should be clear now. Let me know. So the Zurich flight here. And today, due to the wind, we are using 27.
Tower Flyer 2393 090 with India Quebec 101 T2 request start.
Flight 26 tower start, please.
Hey, you alright? Yeah, not too bad. Tom, how are you?
How are you? Oh, not bad, not bad.
Johnny, just set up.
Yeah. Oh.
How's things? How was
Not
your
bad.
shift?
Oh, wait, don't even get me started. Rain.
Yeah, I
From-
saw on Instagram.
5:30 all the way until about 12:30.
Wow.
It's constant rain, but that wasn't too bad. I mean, I didn't put my full waterproofs on until probably mid-shift, so I was just soaked through, and then put them all on. It's good. It's proper waterproofs. I've never worn them before.
Yeah.
Put them on, and someone straight away was like, "Oh, you look like a highlighter." Yeah. So what's this? It's a nice little setup we've got.
Well, the umbrella's new, or a new tryout, to see what's going on, because I keep on seeing the weather report of thunderstorms, so
Yeah.
I wasn't too sure whether it was going to be on today, but yeah. So guys, we've got the Zurich heading out at the moment. Coming in is Florence Flight, that's City Flyer 80 November, what we got? 80 November, I believe it is. Slight bit of crabbing, but not too bad. It's not that windy at all today. The storm has more or less passed here in London. If it was early in the morning, it was torrential rain here in Stratford. That is a beautiful touchdown there. Samir, I'm doing well, thank you. Arthur, the ATC is on. There it is, you can hear it. Hopefully the microphone has picked that up, if not I can move it a little bit closer. So Zurich has already been given clearance here. Have they reduced it today? Has it been a bit significant?
I think it's I know in the morning there was a lot of planes holding.
Yeah,
obviously.
I noticed that.
And then a lot of planes had slots, so they couldn't go out for maybe 20 minutes after we had fully completed everything. But the late shift had more inbounds, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure if they were holding it until the weather cleared and then there'll be more in the afternoon, but
There's always more in the afternoon.
yeah.
Normally mornings we get around. So every morning we come in, we go to the office, and then we have to look at where we are. So that's pool C, then pool B, and then pool A is the eastern side. So all of that basically. And on that sheet it also says how many inbounds are for the AM shift and for the PM shift.
Right.
And normally for the morning shift is around maybe like 30, 35. I think today we had 37.
Yeah.
But outbound, but in the PM shift it can hit like 50. But apparently back in the day, well before COVID, there was like 90 planes a day.
Oh yeah,
so.
it was well. I mean, I've been here. First stream I done was, well, no, it wasn't stream. It was pre-recording, and that was 2018. So there, but that was at the far end over there. Yeah, some really good views, but it's kind of reduced it now. You can still go down there, but you don't like it as much because they're doing some building work over there now. I think they're doing it all up. But
I was there once, and the police came.
Oh yeah, you always get. I mean, I get police here sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, they're pretty fine. They're absolutely fine. Most of them know me now, so I don't normally get bothered or anything.
Yeah, they have like City Airport have their own police.
Yeah.
Same as like Heathrow.
Yeah, they're nice guys actually. They really like. They have no problem at all with plane spotters. I think it's quite like sticky still today. It's just not that sort of humid.
Yeah, I mean all the water that's come down is now sort of evaporated.
Yeah.
So how did you start getting into like live streaming and
Started some storm actually.
Oh, really?
I mean, I've always done Planespotting clips on the channel, which never really grew, but this is really good. And they got Heathrow during Storm Ernest, and there was a A380 Emirates, not Emirates, sorry, Etihad one, which is the one which went 3 times.
3 times?
Yeah, 3 attempts, that one. And that grew just massively, and I thought everyone was saying we want to do that. And then actually, funny enough, I think it was the Friday. When was that? It was the Friday, wasn't it? Storm Ernest, I think. And Sunday, I thought, oh, I'm here.
Yeah.
Thought, I saw it. It literally had a phone. I didn't have any of it. Well, I already had that camera, but I didn't have anything to go to live. So there was an app called I can't remember what it's called now. It's only on the phone somewhere. But yeah, used that, and that was quite popular. And it's just grown from there. Bought the YOLO box, that's the main streamer.
Yeah.
So that's your main.
So that's what.
So that will encode and go straight to YouTube. That's got a SIM card in it. Obviously, that's just HDMI in straight into the camera. That's me, obviously live feed monitor, so I can see them on the chat. Flight radar on the phone. And then power banks, just numerous power banks powering the whole thing up. But you'll get a good 5 hours out of it. 5 hours? Yeah, I know, Heathrow can be up to, depending how well I've got on charge, about 5 hours. I can do a full stream, but it's sometimes a bit. Not.
Oh right, yeah, it's just a battery pack.
Yeah, it's a battery pack. I mean, that's got its own battery pack, but it will last about two hours tops, not even that.
We was thinking about getting a ATC. What do you call it? Like an ATC interceptor.
Yeah, the scanner.
Yeah. So we know what's going on because.
So are you allowed to have that or not? Do they? I would have thought they'd given you that already.
I'm not sure. Normally, so we have. So the people that tell us what's going on is we call it Golf 2. Yeah. Not really sure why, but they're not ATC, but they sort of.
They're going up.
They're part of Airfield Ops, so they're in the same office. When they change around the stand, they like move around the planes and decide where the planes get to go.
Yeah.
It's quite cool. You've got to be a really fast thinker to.
Okay, flight here is the Amsterdam flight, guys. Quick rotation here already.
Yes, I don't even think the stand planners have contact with ATC. They just see the planes pop up and they just, it's like they just click it and drag it into that stand. They've got like the stand numbers.
Do you get like a digital planner then?
No, they literally, maybe, once an hour we'll radio into Golf 2 saying, oh, what's next for Pool B? And they'll say, oh, you've got Yankee Juliet on stand 5 in 20 minutes, something like that. So then we'll quickly set up the stand, plane will come in, we'll marshal it in, and then just do the turnaround for that.
Do you mind reaching
Of course, of course. Yeah.
Always like to know I'm not ignoring them and also talking to you, but it's kind of good that you're around because you obviously you know a lot more of the operations. There's so many questions, but yeah.
If you've got questions,
So guys, while we're waiting for the next turnaround going on, just going to quickly introduce you to Tom. Some of you may have already been following him. Tom's quite popular here at London City, who is on Instagram. He is one of the handling agents or ramp agents ramp service agent, as I've been told, for London City. You'll probably see him as Tom_pilot, isn't it? Your Instagram?
Pilot Tom.
Pilot Tom. Always get them one way around. So Tom's quite nicely said that he would answer any questions if you wanted to ask questions away on the chat. See if we can answer them for you. His knowledge on London City is fantastic. Already learning so much on just a few moments of talking to him. Didn't know that they didn't have sort of main contact with ATC. So by all means, if you want to use the chat, that's what the chat's for. We're waiting for the next arrival in. Let's have a look what we've got on here. So Luxembourg is expected to go out very soon. That could be stand 5, I think. That looks to be the Luxembourg Flight. Let's have a look at the serial number. CK. Yes, so this is Luxembourg. Or Luxembourg, sorry, I should say. So how long have you been at Signal?
Yesterday was 3 months.
I saw
leading edge aviation. Well, I just graduated from university, so I thought from now from once I graduated until I actually start in October, I didn't want to be just sitting around doing nothing. So luckily this job literally came up nearing to the end of uni, so I was like, I have to go for it.
Yeah.
Went for it, luckily got in, and then the selection process is very similar to leading edge. So you still get a 2-on-1 interview. It's like a little iPad.
How long is the course? Was it 3 year?
At leading edge?
Yeah.
So it's between 18 to 22 months.
Oh wow, okay, that's really short. I thought it was longer than that.
I mean, I feel like it can take longer. Obviously, they don't have a fair weather base at the moment.
Yeah.
So we can't go to like Portugal and fly in very consistent weather. So you can imagine there's going to be delays and some cancelled flights because the weather's a bit too windy.
And what's the airport that you're up at now?
Oxford.
Oxford.
International.
Darren, so more afternoon to you, Dan. Hope you're well. Funny enough, you're in Lisbon. Tom's just mentioned Lisbon. So Tom's Instagram handle is pilot_Tom, but with a T0M. So have a look online. Really, really good videos on there as well on Instagram that he posted. There was one this morning, if you had a look, of what was it, 4 a.m. this morning? In pouring rain?
Yeah, 5:30.
First flight, was it?
First flight is normally around 6:45.
Yeah. You get like a sort of really busy sort of hour or so, and then it calms down after about 7:30 onwards.
It comes in waves. So we call them like peak periods. So
Yeah.
there's always a peak period around 6 a.m. to about 8 a.m. Then it cools down for a bit, and then you get another peak between like 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. and then it dies down for the late shift workers, and then it picks back up really heavily around like 8 o'clock, and then you can be just get smashed every plane after plane.
Yeah, because I think it's been a bit. I think you guys have been a bit stretched a bit this year, haven't you? With stuff. There's a couple of times where I've seen a couple of holdouts where all of a sudden you see them rushing over because you've just finished one stand, and obviously you got to.
Like literally today, I had to sprint over to quickly get to a corner to quickly like marshal a plane. Like today because everything was on slots sort of thing.
Yeah.
And our team, we was like a couple man down.
Yeah.
So there was a turnaround that just me and one other did. Normally you need like 4 people to be able to turn the plane round on time. But we had 2 people this time, which was quite tough. But because of the slot, it still went out on time.
So I had 2 other handling agents. They weren't City Flyer because they said City Flyer had their own agents. Are you City Flyer?
No, City Airport's the only airport that hires their own ramp agents.
Oh, see, no, he said to me that they don't do British Airways City Flyer, but they do all the others. So look like Luxembourg, Swiss.
In terms of ramp agents, they're all LCY trained people. In terms of like,
unless they're baggage handlers, would they be baggage handlers?
Ramp agents,
they do the same, don't they?
Actually, so OBB, did you see that building?
Yeah.
That's called outbound baggage.
Yeah.
So OBB, and all of them sort of do the same training as what we gone through. They're all employed by LCY. So there's no. The only external companies are.
Because they do training apparently as well. So they're trainers. I can't remember.
It's definitely City Airport's literally the only one that doesn't hire.
I can't remember. They were telling me. Yeah, I can't remember who it was now. It's really bugging me. It was only a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, they mentioned that training because they obviously around here.
Yeah.
And see, we're one of the followers as well.
You do get like dispatchers.
I don't think were they dispatched? Maybe
they will have different high visors.
They might be trained like they were trainers. I'm not too sure. I'll have to have a look.
Well, like compared to, so there's someone that worked at Birmingham Airport for quite a while, and in Birmingham there's like loads of different types of ramp agents. So you get like TUI ramp agents, and then you get Jet2 ramp agents. Well, Swiss is. So we have to learn the procedure for Swiss because it's different to BA, and like all the, we call them LIRs, loading instruction report forms. Yeah. All of them are different compared to BA. There's different things. The headset arrival procedure when Swiss comes in. You don't have to do that for BA.
So the E2s and A220s are always over on the 22s, aren't they?
Yeah.
What's that? Is that because of the width restriction?
Yeah, so the eastern stands are significantly bigger.
Yeah, because they were the newer stands, aren't they?
Yeah. Compared to a main ramp. So the A220 and E2 can't fit on
Over on stand
main
3
ramp.
to 10.
So because of that, they can only go on the eastern. So normally they go on 21 and 22, but
Someone told me they can't go around the built with handling gear either. They have to backtrack on the runway and then come off.
Come off the Charlie, that's
so there's an A220 coming in about
Yeah, it's normally
hour-ish.
5:30, 6.
Oh, it's the same time every day.
Normally it's that schedule.
Flight 8473 via Mike.
But yeah, when the A220 lands and the E2, they go down the runway, they slow down, and then they get to the turning point. They do a full 180.
Yeah.
And they come back down the runway to I think it's like Tango 3, which is basically the entrance
Yeah.
just left of the OBB building, and then they come in through there. So I think that's why they're normally on stand 21 and 22, because it's just easy for them to just quickly dive in.
Okay, obviously Luxembourg Flight is not ready, so they're now coming off. They were lined up. We just whoa. Looks like they're
That's cool.
looks like some birds in the area. That was the bang. That was ops there.
Oh, so that's why that plane had to vacate.
Yeah, so it's most likely we saw it vacate because there were birds on the runway. Didn't see any, but obviously were. Gave me a jump, wherever, so did a job. Here we go. So this one now is not Luxembourg. This is Malaga Flight. So that's now jumped the queue due to the birds on the runway. That was considerably louder.
okay, yeah.
Kenji, afternoon to you. Hope you are well. Donald, good afternoon to you as well. Thanks for joining on. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys, to get this stream trending here on YouTube. Thanks for joining us today. We have a Lux Aviation from Belgium going out. That's a Falcon 2000. One of my favourite. Oh, another one. Where are they? Can't actually see anything on the. Don't even see any movement when they did that. It's unusual.
Flight 8473, contact 10 Director 128.025, goodbye.
The right handlebars aren't in the shot.
No, you're all right.
I went out with Aerops quite recently and asked, just because I just wanted to like sort of see how Aerops fit in with the airport. They just drive up and down the runway for bird runs. It's a cool job. Like, they've got all the pyrotechnics in the back, so that's called a rocket.
Yeah.
It's basically just a firework.
Because normally they just have one which is a little bit quieter than that. You just hear that sort of thing. I've not heard it that loud normally. That's a proper one.
There's loads of different types. They've got.
Normally the bird call-outs are the ones you normally hear around here.
Yeah. There's a speaker.
Yeah.
With the fire, Mike, Madison, wait, boy.
You get that a lot of standstill as well.
295, there'll be a short delay before the helimed lets down.
Okay, so we've got a helimed crossing as well, so there's a slight delay. That's at London Airport, which is not far. Normally it does happen. But we do have quite a bit of birds moving about now, which is that was just over more or less where they rotate as well, isn't it? So our City Flyer is going to try for another time. This is City Flyer 3295.
Romeo, Sunday with Juliet, QNH 1017 and Bravo 90, request start, please.
Fast 7 Romeo 6 Tower, detonate 1018, start please.
QNH 108, start, Bravo, Flyer, 7 Romeo. 6 airborne, passing 400.
27 London.
Do you know how like call signs work? Because I know obviously you get the British Airways call signs like Speedbird.
Yeah, but then City Flyer was obviously there. So yeah, these aren't called City Flyer here, aren't they?
Yeah, no.
So
I don't really know.
But City Flyer has always been a subdivision of British Airways.
Yeah, yeah. They got their own, like,
it's always been, as far as I know, it's always been named in Speedbird was originally for BOAC, I think it is, which they used.
oh yeah, the old.
I
I just know Concorde is Speedbird.
Yeah,
001 or something.
yeah. Well, you used to have 001 here, didn't you? You had City Flyer. Well, it wasn't even that. It was BA. It was BA 001, because after Concorde retired in 2003, I think it was, they replaced it with a service to City Airport to JFK with a stopover in Shannon, and that was operated by the A318. Which had the code name Speedbird 001 and 002. Yeah, they only recently stopped that, haven't they? 2020, I think it was. Shame that, because it was a sight to see. Because it was, you don't realise. You always think, oh, you know, to Airbus A318, it's small.
Yeah.
Like it's small compared to Heathrow, but when you bring it here, and it's one of the big boys here. Yeah.
On the eastern, you can see the stand markings, and they've done future stand markings. And you can see the like future planes that.
Because they still want to expand it, don't they? They want to put more.
Yeah. There's like A3 on the thing. It says A320. There's A319. There's obviously the Omri 295 E2s.
So Ken G, the noise you heard, the big bang, is airport operations. Or field ops. They were setting off a few flares and rockets there. Just to clear the runway, we've had quite a bit of birds flying over the airport. So that's the reason why you heard that massive bang. The other question you got with the call sign of British United, I'm assuming you mean British Airways. British Airways is Speedbird. Donald Connor from California, hope you are well. Okay, second time round, this is the Luxembourg flight. So strong today. Yeah, it don't seem to be that busy then. If they're taking off quite quickly, really. Seem to be a bit light.
Normally they rotate around. They normally rotate like maybe 100 meters apart, like east of that wind top.
Yeah.
Flight 295, contact 10 director, 128.025, goodbye.
128.025, flight 295, thanks.
Okay, we've got the Falcon now moving. This will be interesting. And you probably can see on the Falcon the flashing landing lights. That's a feature on the Falcon, which sort of go left and right. You get that also on land. It's brilliant to see in the air because you can see them, and that's just a notification that it is in its final or first stages of takeoff and landing.
Oscar Hotel Echo Services 34, they breeze 8 knots, bearing northwest northeast, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
So it's no longer flashing. There we go. So this is a fast jet here. Very becoming a very popular business private jet. Beautiful sight that, seeing it take off.
There's one private jet that in the sun it's gold, and then when it's not shining on it, it's
I
red.
think I've seen that one.
It's so nice.
Is that comes here, doesn't it?
Yeah. Like, it's just, there was a moment where like part of the runway was.
It's not one of the
really
net
lit
jets,
up.
is it?
Sorry?
It's not one of the net jets.
I don't really
So now
know.
for
I can't remember which one it is now.
21 and 019 request start.
Flight
Man, the
874,
runway,
tower
one
start,
part of the
please.
runway was like in the sun.
Yeah.
One part was in the shade. It went through that
Start
transition.
is
It just switched colours.
approved, thanks. Flight 8724.
I'm not sure that was slow enough.
Let's try harder.
Like that. Little bit of banter there from ATC. I'm not sure it was slow
Can
enough.
you hear if air ops talk to ATC?
Yeah. So if they use on the tower frequency, we do get ops. So normally, not too sure if it's ops 6 or ops 4 on today. It's either one of the two.
Run up, mate. Fly Mike.
car that says
57,
wings
and we're
the-
just becoming fully ready now.
Have
Fly
you ever seen the number plate?
No, no, I've actually not been able to see. I've noticed them at all.
So 128.025, goodbye.
So their registration's rings.
Wings DAA, yeah.
Nice, like that.
Okay, tower, good afternoon.
Like,
Flight
DAA is a
65874
type
and
of
190 information. Is India 1018 ready
DAA
to start?
stands for like delivery.
Flight
back air.
658,
Yeah.
tower, your flight transit start, would like to update it.
Yes,
Yeah, I
please.
think that's
Do that now,
ops.
please, shortly.
How much can the camera zoom in?
Oh, I mean, I don't know if you want to see it here, look. So it's on dish. I mean, that's halfway through, but I can get right close. So that's why I'm like, that's why I was now message you and ask you when you're on site.
Yeah.
Because you asked me like, can you get like video of you guys, and yeah, I can easily. You might even know who that is. I don't know.
Flight 701, go to 8 knots, bearing northwest northeast, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
It's got to turn around. That is really, really clear.
Yeah, it's a good camera. Really good camera.
Do you mind being on that line stuff?
Sorry?
Do you mind if...
No, you do. Yeah, do you want? Do you want? So Frankfurt Flight heading out right now. This is City Flyer 7 Victor Romeo. heading out next looks to be Glasgow Flight. Facing us head on here at which one's that? Stand 21, I think it is. Yeah. So the voice in the background you can hear is Tom. Tom's a ramp agent here at London City who's kindly come visit us, and you'll probably see him on Instagram as well, pilot_Tom. Some great footage we get daily on his Instagram page.
Flyer 8724, request taxi.
Flyer 8724, taxi Holland Point 5.
Taxi right, Flyer 8724.
You know the just start procedures.
No.
So
Go on, tell.
So you clear all the equipment. So
Yeah.
all the stairs have been taken off, cones have been taken off, and then at that point, if you're the corner marshal or the person that loaded the bags, was in charge of loading bags,
Yeah.
he gets to do the engine startup. So once everything's cleared, he does the walk around the plane. So he'll like go starboard side first, round it's sort of like a fingerprint. You go around,
Yeah.
go around, get back to the front, tell the pilot. Actually, you get on the like headset lead, and then you say, "Oh, departure check's complete. All doors and hatches are closed and secure. Can you confirm parking brake is set?" So he will say the same thing, but he will say, "Okay, parking brake is set." And then at that point, he'll go. They always start engine 2 first, then 1.
Yeah.
So
Because A220 goes out with just one engine and engine 2 not. Are they still doing that? Because they were doing that when I was boarding it.
They have requested to start engine 1.
Right.
But I've never. The time I've been here, I've never.
So they've always done both then
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
Because the first time, I think it was first time they were operating out here, they used to taxi with just one engine, and they used to start it even before you had the even taxi, the parallel taxiway, you had to backtrack on the runway. They backtrack on the runway, start the engine off, set with engine 1, and then they go off.
Flyer 8724.
So how many does it take to turn around the plane?
A good number to turnaround would be 5.
5.
But we never normally have 5. It's normally 4 or 3.
Yeah.
4 is like I said, you could do it. You could get the plane turned around on time.
Yeah.
3 is sort of pushing it because you then have one guy in the hold. The holds are pretty long, right? They're maybe about 5 meters long.
Yeah.
So like from like where you're standing to between the bike and this post.
That's typical for an Embraer, isn't it?
Yeah.
An A220
they're really
as well.
low as well.
Yeah,
So
they are a low plane, aren't they?
Yeah, so it's really low. So one person has to like manually just push the bags down.
Have you not got any of them? So at Heathrow, they've got the sort of it's like a expand, a belt.
It's
Real,
too small. They tried it, but it's just
because it expands, doesn't it? I would have thought they'd be able to do it.
So they have tried it a long time ago, but
It just didn't work
because the holes are
Yeah.
so small. They're like shorter than the height from the ground to the pole.
Don't want to be claustrophobic then in that place.
Yeah, I know. On a hot day, and you've got a 40 bag offload in the front.
Flyer 8724, ready for departure.
Ken, I have to say, I'm learning a lot as well.
Yeah.
I'm glad you can hear this as well because it's really interesting to hear.
One Outlander 27, Flyer 8724.
Anyway, going back to the engine start.
Yeah,
so
sorry.
You finish your walk around. They set the parking brake.
Yeah.
They start engine 2,
Yeah.
and then they start engine 1, and then they will tell you to like take the chocks out.
Yeah.
And then we'll take the chocks out, and then we just wait there until they've tested their like flight controls.
Yeah.
And then lowered the flaps, and then once the nose landing gear turns on, once the nose landing gear light turns on,
Yeah.
so you see it, the wing
Yeah.
and the
So that's
nose landing gear turns
your
on,
indication.
to like raise our hand to say all clear.
Yeah.
Obviously if there's a plane there, they've probably been informed by ATC, but we'll tell them like, oh, don't go yet, just in case they haven't.
So are all handling agents, you guys are able to do marshalling as well, or do you have to be specially trained and only certain people can do it?
Marshalling is
Just part of everyone,
part of the
yeah.
training.
Because in some airports, it's only certain people.
Oh really?
Yeah, but most, like for instance, when I went to, I think it was Zurich, because Zurich all has the electronic one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, I think it's only flight ops and a certain small group of them actually have the training to do it, or are certified to do it, I should say.
Is it just a straight line marshal, or is it?
Yeah.
Did it have funky turns?
No, it's just straight in, parking straight in, and obviously back because they don't have toe. This fascinates me with city airports because you get the 180 turn, which is a huge popular thing.
Someone commented 120 degrees.
120 is it? I don't know if it was a 480. I always go at 180 just easier, but yeah, it's really good. Because is there a marking on the floor to the handover, or
not the handover?
12 o'clock range of 4 miles.
Imagine the plane comes down.
Yeah.
There'll be like lines, yellow lines to say where to turn planes.
Yeah.
Helicopter holding altitude 1,000.
So the first line is called a Fokker 50.
Yeah.
Plane. Then the next line is other, which is like any other plane
Yeah.
that's not a Fokker 50 or Q400.
Right.
And then the third line is Q400.
So is that when they're parking, or is that when you're turning the handover to the second marshaller?
We've got a trim problem here, so we're going to have to move some passengers around in the cabin, I'm afraid. So we're probably going to be maybe 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes.
You've got to love the engines on the Embraer, they're so loud. Deafening loud as well.
Yeah, so there's always two marshals.
Yeah, so always notice two marshals. So when's the point? You know, obviously, if you're at the first one, and it's facing towards the terminal, at what point is that when you hand over to the second marshaller?
Imagine the stand is a square.
Yep.
When the plane comes in, and then we turn it.
Yeah.
Once it's pointing to the corner, then we like switch it to corner marshal.
So there's no actual marking to say that's your handover part
it's
just
when
it's literally done by eye.
Yeah, when the nose is.
That's some skill, though.
You know, it doesn't have to be perfectly.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you have given that signal, well, the pilot's going to know to look at the corner, but yeah, you just turn it approximately once the nose is in line with the corner.
Yeah.
And then the pilot will like say thank you.
Because I've noticed there's quite a few training lately, because they've always had like someone behind them, or there's a couple of times where I think they've had to. I don't know if whether or not they do it on purpose, or you see them park up and then they come back and backtrack and then go in again for a second. No. Is that a mistake that they've done then?
It normally isn't down to the marshal. It's normally down to like
the pilot,
the speed the pilot comes down. If the pilot comes down too fast, the nose landing gear turns really slow. Yeah. So it's got so much forward momentum. It like does a really wide turn, and because of that, one of the wings might be in the next stand, past the like line that splits the stands up, or the nose might be out of the box where we have to stop them, or the starboard wing is past the double white lines. I don't know, can you see the double white lines from this angle? Yeah, I don't think you can. But there's like this line that we cannot pass. It's like, if you pass it, then you're technically,
because obviously there's a chance, aircraft could clip whilst taxiing or something like that.
So if the plane is not parked in that stand properly, it has to be sent out. That's why you'll see her go around and then sometimes the pilot is like annoyed, so then on the second time it comes down even faster, so you get sent out again, and then a third time, and yeah, not good. And then the pilots always come down like sometimes angrily, but sometimes they like question like, why did you have to send me out? And then we'll just say, oh, your wings weren't in the box or whatever. But they're very understanding. They know if they don't fit in the box, then
I mean, I read somewhere, everyone sees like these type of planes, you're not that skilled, but you have to be one of the skilled pilots to fly in and out of sea because of its steep and approach, really.
It's special training.
Yeah. You have to be certain certification as well, don't you, on your training? Okay, so the hold-up moment you can see, at the moment we're watching, what one's this? This is Nice. This is Nice Flight. And then we've kind of got, looked like I thought we had a NetJets coming in, but he's now changed.
All sorted now, ready for departure.
Yeah, no, right.
658, thank you. Via Mike, line of runway 27.
Sorry, Mike, line of runway 27, flight 658.
Okay, flyer 658 is now ready.
Have you ever seen the Chinook fly past?
Yeah, you get quite a lot here.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not far from here. Like I work around here in Stratford, and you get them over our building quite a lot. And it's a new building, but it makes the glass just rumble constantly. I love it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, that helicopter that just flew past sounded like.
I don't know if it was Chinook or not. Plain Sailing, welcome, another moderator to the chat. I wondered if about NetJets was coming in, but it doesn't look like it. Seemed to have veered off back over to Biggin Hill. It did have Biggin Hill as its destination, but it was lining up for City Airport, so don't know what happened there. Apologies if I'm not going through the chat that much. I'm having a good chat here with Tom. Really interesting, actually. So, you might be able to hear the conversation that we're having.
2 o'clock, range of mile and a half.
So, slightly quieter than normal, actually, I have to say, for an afternoon here at City Airport. I don't know if that's the weather, which has changed a bit, but normally a few more than this. So we should see, so that is next, that's number 1. So we've got the Zurich flight, Swiss 464 coming in. That is the A220-100, the nicknamed the Wookiee plane, as we like to call it here. Luke, good morning to you in New Zealand, hope you're well. Flight we are watching right now is Nice flight. Apologies, missed that. So this is quite interesting, actually. You'll notice how loud the E190 is here. This is the Embraer E190. Coming in next is the Airbus A220, and you will notice the difference in the noise compared to the E190, not E2. E2 is quite quiet as well.
Do you know why it's so quiet?
I know they made a lot of modifications to the gears, and obviously they've got a new eco engine on it.
Yeah. So the engines that E190 use, called CF84. I can't remember what they're.
And then these ones are, is it Pratt & Whitney?
Yeah, Pratt & Whitney 1000s.
Yeah.
The bypass ratios
are
the difference.
Yeah. You can. It's amazing. I love seeing the size of those engines.
Yeah, you can see right through it.
Huge.
It's crazy. I think it's got.
Because they're the same as the E2s. They got the same engine, haven't they?
Yeah.
So A220 E2s got the same.
Yeah, I think the bypass. Someone said it's like 11 to 1.
Wow.
for the Swiss ones, but the E190s are 5.1.
Well, they can
it's a lot
rotate
smaller.
quicker as well, can't they?
They're much more. Apparently, they're much more. They are much more stronger. So
Yeah.
the E190s on idle thrust won't be able to move the plane because it's not enough thrust to move it, obviously. But the Swiss ones on idle, it can move because it's like that much thrust. But when you stand behind it, you will not think it's as
So you
powerful
don't
as-
feel the jet blast when you're around
Oh, no,
it?
you do.
I bet you're used to that though.
It's very strong. Like,
Yeah.
you do finish corner marshal, the plane like taxis out, and then as it turns round, it just like hits you, and you just get.
I was at Stansted last week, and I was quite lucky. Or the stream was actually quite lucky. We had the A330, but it wasn't over on the other side. It was an air tanker, so it's part of the. I think it's the Charter Group air tanker group, but it's the same one that they use for the Boris plane.
Yeah. Oh.
So one they can colour up, but it was holding at taxiway uniform, which is right close to where the spotting mound is at Stansted, because the other side, the jet blast, you could just feel those engines. It was amazing. The power on them was huge. Okay, talking about engines, there she is, beautiful A220, one of my favourite regional planes.
Yeah, this is my favourite plane too.
Have you flown on one yet?
Flown on one?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, they're really
It's got, like,
comfortable
work
planes.
on. The holds are much bigger.
Yeah, I bet. They're really comfortable planes. So much better. I actually like the E190s because they've got more room, but the E2, I went on the E2 with Helvetic coming in here, and I was really surprised with the less leg room you got. Like, it felt a bit more cramped.
3x2.
Yeah. So A220 is 3x2. Helvetic's 3x2 as well.
Helvetic is
We have
The E2 is, yeah.
I didn't.
I think so. I'm pretty sure it was. Nice landing there. That's the iconic sound. You just heard that of the Pratt & Whitney 1000s.
Backtrack right south, passing transfer 3.3.
So you might have heard that on the radio. We are now backtracking, so there is a backtrack turn on runway just near 04.
Oh, that's an Alpine,
Not 04, sorry, 09. I love that noise. That noise is fantastic.
611 cross runway, Foxtrot 34, opposite.
So Tom and I was just discussing this, I don't know if you heard it earlier. The reason why they are backtracking is because this building here, the aircraft wingspan is significantly wider, same with the E2, than an E190, so it can't actually use the taxiway, it has to backtrack, which is also why both E2 and A220 uses the stands over and far from 20 and above, or 21 and above, because they are they're wider compared to the ones to the right of us. So we do have I think it's a NetJet. Oh no, it's not. It's a Sea Flyer coming in, Dublin flight.
It looks like it's going on stand 3. See the stand is set up.
Yeah, they're already ready for it, aren't they?
The stairs there, power's there.
34, Captain Entering, opposite. Thank you very much.
So here we go. It's a good example of two marshallers currently. You might see a far distance, and the second marshal is now going to take over. This is one thing that is unique here at London City.
Right, 67 whiskey, that's the point Mike. The point Mike, fire 67 whiskey.
The reason why I like stand 23 as well is because the aircraft faces you, and what a shot that is. Look at those engines. And you can see through those engines. Look at that. We've just seen the ops vehicle go past the engines and we can see it. Dundee Flight is inbound here, just touchdown. Just been told by Tom that the stand 3 is going to be in use.
5919, take it, left parking stand 3, give way as necessary, company left, right to left on the taxiway.
So we probably notice here you have the 700th livery. This is a 700 Embraer for British Airways. This is the 700 City Flyer one. So we're going to focus on this stand 3 because this is a perfect position to see what's happening here. So this is the first marshal here taking control of the marshal in the plane. And the second ramp agent is now taken over. Looks like they've got 6 over there. 6 engine ramp agents over there. Lucky flight.
So when you've got 6, the turnaround's so fast because you can offload the back and the front at the same time.
Yeah. So in a minute you'll see chocks go on.
City Tower up 6, good evening, at base, checking in for a perimeter ranging, please.
So the chocks will go on.
Hello, register 5.
You see the red light flashing?
Yep.
That's the anti-collision.
Yeah, so that means the engine's still running. It's not safe to approach the aircraft.
So once it stops, it's now stopped. You can now.
Yeah. So there you go, you can see now he's approaching. Trucks are going on.
And then he'll walk back, tap the side of the cockpit.
So it's only one side, isn't it? They put the chocks on. They don't do it on both sides.
Yeah. Unless if it's a turnaround,
yeah.
According to spinners. If it's a spinner plane, then we just chock the front and the port side tyres, back and front. But if it's a stopper, then we chock both the front wheels and then one pair on the port side and one pair on the starboard.
And the refueling trucks, are they owned by the airport as well, or are they by like BP or SO and anything like that?
It's within LCY, I think. I'm pretty sure because we have a whole section dedicated to like refuelers.
Yeah.
We call it a fuel farm. I think the only external company are caterers and the people that deal with like toilets. I think a Swissport deal with the toilet stuff.
So heading up next out is going to be Amsterdam Flight. plain sailing. The rowers were about, they've gone in, but they were here when I was here earlier on. Probably not the best weather today for rowing, but you'll probably see them later on. They're normally around here on a weekend though. They're quite active on a Saturday morning. Do you know what? I don't actually need this anymore. It's just in the way. See if I can close that.
567 Whiskey, contact 10 direct to 128 module.
There you go.
105.
They've blocked the fueler, so that now the tug has to move out the way. The fuelers have priority.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Offloading the bags.
So that's something new here. Didn't know about.
Yes, now the tug has to. It's the most annoying thing. The tugs get out of the way, and then the fueler comes in.
So would they? What would they normally do? Do they sort of bib you if you're in the way?
Just be like, get out of the way. Because there's the double white lines I was talking about.
Yeah.
The fuelers can actually pass the double white lines by about maybe 2 meters, meter and a half. But sometimes if the corner marshal has stopped the plane like too far forward, that really restricts like what we can drive the tug back. If like maybe our tyres might be on the double white lines, so then the fueler won't be able to like get past, and so then we'll have to get out of the way, and then
So while we're watching now, I'm going to move over to the A220 because they are deboarding, and it is a bus gate, this one, or bus stand I should say. I always thought they go underneath a bus stand. I didn't realise, but then they've been doing that quite a bit. Because didn't you used to be able to just walk out and board it?
Underneath, in terms of, as in just go straight into.
Yeah, so like if you have a gate, because it was gate 23, isn't it? Which is that far end gate.
Yes.
Because that's the one where I think, isn't it, Logan also used as well sometimes? Because I've been.
You get ATR 42 on it sometimes.
Yeah, so that's when I went to Dundee, boarded through gate 23.
Oh yeah.
But I always thought they've only recently, I think in the last 5 months, they've been using the buses now to deboard the A220s. Used to be able to just walk underneath and then join it that way. Unless it's something to do with the Schengen area now. That's the only thing I'm wondering it is. It has to go through passport control now or not.
I'm not sure on that one. I know there's, so Dublin and Glasgow, because they're internal UK, they always go on stand 3 and stand 21.
Yeah.
Because they can just go straight through, they don't need to.
Yeah, you don't go through passport control, do you? No.
So that's why they're always on them two stands.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the Swiss actually.
Yeah, it's only recently I noticed they've been using the buses, whereas I seem to remember when I did it with the E2s as well. But yeah, I seem to remember last time we walked out.
I think it might just be because the bus drivers have nothing to do. So if they didn't go to the Swiss people, the passengers would have to walk all the way.
Yeah. About
like,
what 22
quite
is?
Far.
Or they have to go over? No, yeah, because it takes them over to 4, doesn't it, or 3? So.
Yeah. Immigration's like, you see that like bluish building.
Yeah, it's just there, isn't it?
Number 3, that stand 3, and then that blue building.
Yeah.
So I think it's just comfort for the passengers.
Line 99 Bravo, between 350 degrees 5 knots, bearing northwest and northeast, runway 27, clear to land. Then that's 27, 59 Bravo.
Okay, 99 Bravo is inbound next. This is the Edinburgh flight. 12 years old, this Embraer. 2010 it was first delivered to them. So really surprised how quiet it is this afternoon.
An airport with no.
It's not normally this quiet.
It'll pick up again.
It sort of at 7 o'clock it sort of.
You see all the planes funneling in.
Yeah.
You start getting worried.
So you back on duty tomorrow, or
No,
you got some time
I've
off?
literally just started annual leave now. So
Oh, nice.
I'm off for, well, like, I've booked off about 10 days.
Yeah.
But coincidentally,
Yeah, you got the bank
between them
holidays.
2 days are like my off days.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, and I've managed to get a shift swap for tomorrow's shift.
Of course you don't get bank holidays, do you? I keep thinking. It's one thing.
Bank holiday times
Are they added? No.
starts at 7, finishes at 1:30. So you get like an hour and a half extra sleep.
Because you've got you got the Dornier in soon, haven't you? The 328.
Yeah, the old propeller one.
No, the jet one, isn't
Oh,
it?
the single jet.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What's the propeller one?
Not too sure. You mean what? No, Dash 8.
No. I thought Dornier.
Sun Air.
228.
Yeah, is it not? I thought it was a jet. Because the old version of the Dornier 328 was propeller. Because Sun Air uses a jet, don't they? Pretty certain, because they start. So they're a Swedish division of British Airways. So they fly with British Airways colours on. And they've just announced that on the 5th of September there's going to be 4 daily flights, 4 weekly flights.
I'm not here on the 5th of September.
Are you not? So they're making it a hub here. Do you know what? I don't know. I need to. I'm trying. I can't take time off. I was hoping to take time because the first one's at 9:05, I think, in the morning. But I would imagine it would because they've restarted the service again.
Did you come for the?
Yeah, that one.
Oh.
No, I was away for the Profit Hunter. I was gutted. I think I was in Lisbon when that happened.
Oh, really?
Because I know you had Big Jet TV here.
Yeah. See, like,
Doesn't really bother, you know. In the day, everyone does the same. We all like. There's quite a few of us now.
Yeah, there's I think SD TV. I think he comes on Fridays.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah. But yeah, they're doing 5 weekly flights, I think it is. Yeah, starting on the 5th of September. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. So 2 daily flights.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So, I wish they brought back the BA 146s. Yeah, the 4-engine.
Oh yeah, that's
It looks
well
like
gone.
Dornier.
Yeah, Swiss used to operate here as well. Look at that.
Yeah. Swiss CityJet BA. In our team, there's one of my colleagues. He's been here for like 23 years. So he's literally seen the airport grow from like what he described as like a family business to
Yeah.
what it is now. So he's literally seen all the different type of aircrafts that's coming.
Because it hasn't been confirmed yet. I think I was talking to the two who came last time, and they were a bit. It was, and then we're not getting our hopes up because
Everyone likes it.
because the Dash 8 is expected to come back here with Flybe.
No way.
But they don't. It was announced, and then they took it away. They took it down, the announcement. So they don't.
See why?
No, it was Flybe themselves. The Flybe announced it, and then it was.
Oh, I see.
But they've announced their intentions. But again, I don't think it was supposed to be in October, but I don't know if it's happening now. It seems it's gone a bit quiet again. Because having the Dash 8 Flybe would be amazing here again. It's something that used to be a regular here at City.
So that super experienced guy on my TV, he was like, oh, I don't want to get my hopes up for the Dornier because he really likes it.
Yeah, no.
That'd be cool 'cause it's a different aircraft.
Yeah, because it used to be here. It was rare as well when they used to operate it, but they're doing more. I think it's I'm pretty sure it said 5 a week, which is quite a bit really for that.
We got a notification from like LCY saying.
Victor Oscar requesting stand 25, please. Op 6, many apologies, cross runway now, Vic here, 6
He was waiting to cross, they hadn't been given approval.
6 Vic Echo, stand 25.
Oh, is that the Op 6?
Yeah, Op 6 on the radio.
Echo stand 25, Op 6, thank you.
So that's Op 6 on the radio, we can hear guys. Crossing the runway, waiting. I think ATC had forgotten about them. So Op 6, just remind them that they're there. And so you're probably wanting to know about the ATC here. It's very unique. The first UK international airport to be completely digitalised. So there is no on-site tower. The old tower is just here, just behind that building here. That's unmanned, no one's in there. Onto your left here, this cream beige tower. Right on top is state-of-the-art 360-degree camera system, which is also provides augmented reality, and that gets beamed over to Swanwick Centre, which is the head office of NATS, National Air Traffic Control, and this is now 2 years old, I think it is, or 1 year old now. Yeah, built in 2019. They were trying it out, built in 2019, went into official use in 2020, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, it's been about 2 years now, celebrated its second anniversary. And this is the difference between operating and seeing in the fog and not. One thing that City Airport on the old tower was susceptible to was fog. And due to that, they're now able to pinpoint the aircraft, and on the screens at NATS in Swanwick, they are able to digitally put the aircraft in the sky and pinpoint where it is. So that means that unless it's really thick, they can still operate flights. So it means that they don't have to close the airport as much as often as they do, which when you're early morning in the winter, you'll find this place fogs up quite quickly. Tom, I bet you're
yeah, I haven't actually.
Oh, you haven't been here that long? Yeah, of course, no. So you haven't experienced it yet. Some cold days here.
It's foggy.
Yeah.
Not
it gets
enough to block. Apparently,
no.
You can't even see this building when it's.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Foggy.
Yeah, Planespotting on a foggy day is just not worth it at all. I've been here a couple of times for that. It's just not even worth it. You can't even see sometimes the lights. It's just that thick.
Yeah.
But the technology is just fantastic that they're able to just see it through the fog, gives them confidence, and they can land it. But obviously there is still a restriction because City Airport is a very tough airport to fly into and requires a lot of skill to come in. So the pilots won't have it too thick, otherwise it just won't be safe to land, even though there's auto landing still.
lot of like new innovative things are tested at City Airport first.
Yeah, I think the other airport which has currently got that is Cambridge now. So
Really?
there's 2 airports in the UK which have
Oh,
this.
is that what that advert is?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, it's a Cambridge airport. Yeah, so that's another thing. If you saw the, I think it's EE, I think it is, Connected World advert, you might have seen Cambridge Airport. Quite a few friends and family always say that can't be real, that's fake. No, that's real. Trust me, that's real. They do that. Whether or not they use their internet to connect it, probably not. But yeah, it does. They can do that. Someone told me that there is 7 lines into that tower. So 7 separate fibre optic lines into that tower. So apologies guys, I think we just had a drop in the stream there. Don't know what happened there, just the 4G connection just completely went there. But we're back now, so apologies. You've just got right now going on to stand for an ATR 72 of Luxair, not Luxair, sorry, of Loganair. Should be returned back. You'll hear me okay.
This plane is the hardest plane to marshal.
Really? What makes it hard then?
The wings are so big, they sweep out into the road quite a lot.
Oh.
When I was on the training, we had a very near miss where almost.
Oh, it must have permission. Either that's going to get in trouble.
Yeah, it might be because the nose wheel turns really slow, like it's even slower than the E190s. So
Yeah.
the turn is so wide, so it's called wing growth. So when it goes round, the wings like sort of go into the road and like almost hit the buildings. So it's really we've requested it to go on the Eastern, but it's still put on the main route.
Because they used to do it over at 22.
It switches sometimes. It depends on how busy the airport is.
Oh really?
Yeah. This plane's got a hotel mode. So on the starboard engine,
Yeah.
there's like if you look at the back, there's no like APU, there's no like metal APU,
Yeah.
because the APU is part of the starboard engine.
So that's what you can hear at the moment.
Yeah. So you see that white light on the side.
Yep.
So once that goes off, that means hotel mode is off. So that APU is off. And you're not allowed to go on the starboard side of the plane when hotel mode is on.
So that's why they're currently backing off and they're not going to the starboard side.
Yeah.
So how long does that stay on?
Until the power is plugged in. So you see,
So now he's bringing in the ground power. So your ground power is mobile generators, aren't they? They're not built into the actual airfield, like on some airports.
Yeah, you have to. They're so old.
What are they? Petrol engines?
No, they're. So you bring the machine next to a plane,
Yeah.
and then you plug one side into the ground, and the ground gives it power, gives the machine power.
Oh, so the ground's got a port then?
Yeah.
Right, okay, gotcha.
So if you
So it's basically an inverter or something, it's a converter.
So now he's lifted. If you can zoom right,
Yeah.
he's lifted flat,
Yep,
and then you plug in this thick wire into the ground, shut the flap,
yeah, he has.
and then he'll walk back over, and then he'll get the orange rope, not rope, but orange wire.
Yeah.
It's also super heavy and thick,
Yeah,
and then plugs it in on the starboard side. And then once that's all done, then that light will switch off, and then you're allowed to go onto a start.
So guys, if you have a look on the screen, probably see it right now, the light that Tom's referring to is in the G, I think it is, in the G of Logan Air. So that's currently illuminated at the moment. So they will not approach the aircraft on that side until that light goes out. We're learning quite a lot today, guys. We are learning quite a lot today, folks. We really are. There we go. And yeah, lights out. Didn't know that actually. Never knew that. I always thought it just takes on the APU.
So if you look at the back of the plane now,
it's now flashing, isn't it?
Cones.
Yeah.
Oh no, that flashing light is the gate.
That's the gate.
But now you see the guy with the cones.
Yep. So now he's around the engine, doing it around the engine.
Wing, and then the front of the prop.
So when that's on, are passengers allowed to deboard the plane?
No, I don't think
So they have to wait.
Yeah. I mean, are they?
No, they only just started coming off now.
Yeah, I think it is.
I've never noticed that at all.
No, surely it's got to be. Actually, no, because passengers come board with the APU one.
Yeah, normally do.
So I assume they can get off. Yeah, no, I'm not 100% sure on that answer.
So this is Lima Mike Tango Echo, this one. Lovely livery here. The tartan tail.
Yeah, the ATR 42 cockpit is still a old-fashioned cockpit.
Yeah.
So you can go in and see all the dials and very nice.
One thing I didn't realise is Dundee Airport is quite an active training airport as well.
Training?
Yeah, so they actually have the training contract for British Airways. So you'll see all these small Cessna planes or Sky Kites, anything like that, where they're out, in and out doing touch and go, but it's weird because it's got the British Airways tail livery. So you've got this tiny little prop plane with a British Airways livery because they have a training fleet.
Is it for the pilots to get type rated on?
I think so, yeah. I think it's a type rating training. I'm not too sure if it's their initial training or not. Yeah.
Short haul first, then long haul.
What would you want to do? Come back here? Fly out of here?
One day I'd want to fly into here because obviously now I've worked there. It's like, I want to experience flying into it.
I think most British Airways pilots will start off here as well, won't they? So
there are a lot of young pilots, which I'm very jealous of. But yeah, a lot of them do start off here. But I don't know. I'd rather go to like Ryanair to fly like very regularly.
So Ryanair's one of Ryanair's training bases in Cambridge.
Yeah.
I actually done the simulator training there.
Oh really?
Yeah, really good. And it was weird because my simulator training was obviously a leisure thing, but you're amongst all these Ryanair pilots, all in full uniform, in and out doing like 3 or 4 hours worth of training, or it was just weird to see.
Yeah, well, Ryanair means you can build up your hours very quick.
Yeah.
You can get a lot of experience doing takeoff and landings. Compared to if you go with BA, for example, they don't fly as often. I mean, I'll take any job.
So we've got Globe Air inbound next, which is Citation Mustang. This is the Cessna 510 inbound. Should see it's not in view, or just about. Can slightly see landing lights through the clouds. I will zoom in soon. I'm just going to see the. Yeah, it looks like Cessna 510 Citation Mustang, part of Globe Air.
I see on Flight Radar there are small planes that have LCY as their destination, but they never land. I've never seen it.
Well, when you're at Stansted on a Saturday, you get your planes at Stansted, because obviously they close at, is it 12:30? I think Stan closes at the moment, or airport closes. Yeah. So all flights which are either late or delayed get diverted to Stansted.
Yeah.
So you do start seeing, you go in and think, oh, there's an Embraer. Why isn't there an Embraer? Why is it safer? And then realise what it is.
Yeah, that must be the worst thing for the passengers.
Yeah.
Well, it's sort of nice for us because in the mornings they come in and they're empty.
I hear they're trying to increase the weekend flights now. I read somewhere they're trying to, what they're trying to do is, because it's noise pollution, isn't it? It's noise restriction that's stopping it. But they're saying that they will use, now there's more sort of A220s and E2s, they're going to use them more in the afternoon or during the quieter times to get noise restriction down. Okay, so this is the 510 Citation here. There it is there. Over onto the chat, what we got here? LOA Ken, afternoon to you, buddy. Hope you're well. Plain Sailing Aviation, thank you very much for the updates on the likes. Do make sure you hit that like button, please, guys. Reginald Rodriguez, good afternoon from Brazil. Hope you're well. Oh, that was a hard landing. Such a small plane, this one.
It's got 3 windows.
Yeah, 3 windows. So that will go all the way down the runway and over to the private airfield.
410, hold at point Tango 1, follow the mark of instruction to the deck.
There we go. Yorkshire Pud 6-3, evening to you, hope you're well. Karen, good afternoon to you. I read earlier that it's your favourite airport, so thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, I thought when you said Cessna, I just assumed Cessna's
No, not the parent. No, they do. There's quite a few of them.
That's a nice little plane.
Yeah, I wonder who's on board that one.
We call it Jet Centre.
Oh, is it Jet? It is Jet Centre, isn't it? Do you get involved in them, or is that done by another crew?
Separate training.
Oh, really?
Well, it's the same training until like the final couple of days where we will basically go here, but then they will, the last 2 days of their training, they'll go.
So that's an entirely different crew, like team over there?
Yeah. There's loads of different aircrafts, probably all sort of different procedures.
Yeah.
Different holds, different. You know, they need to know. Oh, and they don't have like stands as well. It's literally just one guy decides where they're gonna go, and they just wingtip them.
Oh, so they're not actually assigned any stands or anything like that?
No, I don't think so. I think
it's
literally just thinking on the spot. Okay, this will fit here.
Oh wow.
This will fit here.
So I can see the agent's plugged in there to the A220, talking to the pilot, and there we go. Engine number 2 is starting up. Let's watch the startup procedure here of Swiss. This is the Zurich flight heading out.
ages for it to spool up. It's just so big.
I know, good, isn't it? You can really see the detail of the engines on this. It's just,
yeah. You can see how small the core is.
Yeah. I do like it when they are facing you, especially on stand 22, 23. You get a really good view here.
That makes the plane look so much bigger.
But the engines are so huge. Like when you see it side by side, it's
So
massive.
The E190 ones, it's about that big
Yeah.
in terms of, you know, the other ones, it's like you can't reach the other side because that's how much bigger they are. They're very thin though. The Swiss ones are very thin. The CF engines, they're
Yeah.
fatter.
I suppose it's all weight, isn't it? It's just,
Yeah.
I mean, it's all carbon fibre as well, which is,
Yeah, carbon.
you don't have that on the E190s. It's just aluminium. So I've had a couple of on the chat said we need to sign you up for the information because you just acknowledge your information, Tom. It has actually been a really quiet day, guys. It's not the best really. I was hoping to get a more busier day, but yeah, whether it's coming to the end of summer season, I don't know, but a month ago this was a lot busier. So here you go, flight controls are being checked. You can see the wing there, just the tail wing there move.
I think I do know.
God, who's that? We'll give him a shout out on channel. You'll see the pilots there, see what we can do. There we go. Okay, lot is expected in soon. Do you like seeing lot here? So this is Juliet Bravo Golf. We've got, I'm pretty certain this was the aircraft. Juliet Bravo, yeah, it was. Juliet Bravo Golf was the aircraft that I was on board for Swiss flight to Zurich. Amazing, amazing aircraft this. This was when it wasn't an Airbus, it was a CS, what was it, CS 300 I think this one was, or 100? Yeah, one did C Series 100 I think it was, because the 300's the taller, shorter one, sorry, the longer one. Right, so that's taxiing over to 27. As we're reaching the final 15-20 minutes of the stream, guys. It's been a pleasure to have you on. Okay. A lot coming in right now. Nice and easy stand 9 here. Just see it just there. We're waiting for him. It's got quite a lot of crew on that one today. Agents over there. Ramp.
Sorry.
Got a lot of crew over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them, I think.
I guess if
it's quiet though today, isn't it? At the moment, so I suppose you've got the staff.
I'm sure at 7 they will.
Yeah.
Always happens. You think, oh, it's such an easy shift. It gets to around 7.
Right, Zurich flight's ready. Swiss is about to go. So this is. Don't even know what flight this one is. So this is Swiss 465 heading out to Zurich. Look at that, beautiful. Heading into the clouds in a moment, and there she goes. Away she goes, beautiful. Right, let's watch the lot.
So how long do you normally stream?
It's not about 3 hours. Try and get at least about 2.5, 3 hours. So we've been coming up to 2 hour part. So
Since
yeah. So I was hoping to get out at 3, but I was a bit late. We had a bit of traffic coming in the area, but yeah.
what do you like normally do, like job wise?
Oh, so I work in education. So I work in the school. I'm an IT manager.
Yeah.
But work for a school local to here, and which is why I'm now starting doing afternoons here at City, because I can it will take me on a good day with no traffic 20 minutes from there to here. Quick drive, got a park over here.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's not hard.
It's good to do. It's good to grow the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Builds a network.
Yeah, it's become. I'd say City has become the most popular here in Heathrow. Heathrow's always going to be popular, but like for the size of the airport, it's so popular.
Yeah. It's just so unique.
On a busy day, we could have nearly. Well, I've had 20,000 views on a busy day. Like that's in total. So
Yeah.
on average, you'd get maybe we've topped it about I think 1,000, 1,200 on some days. I mean today it's quiet, so there's not a lot. But what we got next, -8 I think is inbound next. So this will be the Luxembourg, I think. Oh, plain sailing, you always beat me to it, mate. Yeah, so what we got next, we've got Luxembourg 46 Lima inbound next, -Air 400. This one is 9 years old, 2012. It's getting a bit dark now.
The Q400s are younger than the...
Yeah, the Embraer's mad, isn't it? These have been like workhorses, the E190s. They've been here so long.
Everyone thinks they're like the newest plane because they were like the newest, they're the most recent plane to come to City Air.
So Karen, yeah, the aircraft, the A220 just seen of Swiss, that is a considerably newer technology aircraft. It's carbon fibre composite, and it's a lot lighter and a lot quieter, which is why it doesn't make a massive roar as you do with the E190s. Starting up very soon. At the moment you can hear the engines of the E190. This is the 700th Embraer, built by Embraer. What is this? Yankee November. Which aircraft? Which flight's that going out to? Yankee November, Dublin flight. This is.
It's very cool in the morning when there's puddles underneath the engines.
Got reflection
When,
in.
no, as in when the
Oh, it
engines
does the
start.
vortex.
Yeah. It's like really nice, like cone-shaped water.
Okay, Lux Air going in shot right now. Here we go. So the -8, you'll see probably quite noticeable how the pitch it has descending in. It is quite a nosedive on the -8, considerably more than the ATR actually. Looks a bit of a windy flight there. So it's only it's very close to the runway where it starts to level out and pitch up to soften the descent. So there you go, it's flaring. So the Dublin flight is just waiting here for Lux Air to pass them on the taxiway. What stand? 7, do you reckon? Or 5?
Yeah, I think it's 7.
7.
Yeah. I think there's a corner master already. Oh wait.
Or is it 8?
8, yeah. Yeah, 8.
So there you go, Dublin flight is moving out now. and if we switch over to Lux Air, we'll see that coming in to stand 8. So guys, don't forget, we are at Heathrow tomorrow. Heading over, it looks like it might be Renaissance Hotel we're going to be based at. It looks like 26 is going to be in use. It's 26 here at London City. Normally they operate in the same direction as Heathrow. So yeah, it looks like that way. Hopefully it will be landing on 26 right instead of 26 left, but we'll keep an eye. Whatever happens, we will get you close to the action. That will be about 11 o'clock UK time tomorrow. Again, subject to weather. I have to put this now. Unfortunately, we're getting close to the summer period's over, so happy to be in rain. Don't have a problem with that. It's the lightning and thunderstorms which is going to be the problem. Being all metals, tripod and electrical, I'm probably a lightning bolt's favourite thing to strike, so probably not the best thing to be around. But yeah, the looking good so far weather wise. I think it's clear, there's no sign of rain tomorrow or storms, so it looks like tomorrow we'll go ahead with Heathrow. And who knows, we might even be lucky. Well, we had so many special liveries last week. That was a really good one. Was it last week or a week before? Gosh, I'm even losing track of time now. Yeah, it was last week. Inbound next, what we got? There we go, Luxembourg Flight, fly 75 inbound. Hello. Hey. Just been approached by a happy dog. Dog and a ball. That was a very smooth landing there. Beautiful. Craig, no, not yet. We had what was it? Cessna flew over, I think it was. We had earlier, just asking if there's been any flyovers. We had a Cessna flyover and a helicopter fly over the airfield, but not much going on. You can't, because well, 26 is in use, so normally you would see the approach of Heathrow, but it's so cloudy today. You hardly see anything.
So on the ramp, there's someone that is like a sort of close colleague, and he's asked like, "Oh, do you want a back seat in one of his like PPL flights?"
Oh really?
He did say, "Oh, he's going to try get permission to fly over LCY."
Wow.
So it must be possible.
I mean, you've got Biggin Hill, so I imagine not far from here. So I imagine it must be on a flight pass. They must be able to have permission to.
Yeah, the airport that he would have flew out of is North Weald.
Yeah, North Weald. Yeah.
Yeah, it got cancelled because it was too bad. It was the first day it rained in like 3
Yeah, like
months.
first day in August.
So annoying.
There must be another inbound because that's still waiting. The Dublin flight. Yeah, there is. So Belfast is inbound next. Sea Flyer 71 Bravo. Do you know what? I'm going to focus on the turnaround here because that is spectacular to watch as always. Yeah, you're not going to get. Got the weather building in the way. Oh.
you see this building, this checker building?
Yeah.
The middle one, that marks the bang in the middle of the runway.
Oh really? Didn't know that.
It's weird. It's a weird. But yeah, that's the middle. So when pilots say, 12 nautical miles out from there,
Roger. Follow the lead off line.
always
Taxi
measured
holding
from that
point
point.
Delta. Follow the lead off line. Taxi hold point Delta.
It's very in line with the ATC tower.
Yeah. Yeah, because they when they done that new ATC, they wanted it centre in the middle.
Yeah.
But they want to increase the runway length, don't they?
Yeah, because they've got A320s set to come.
Are they still trying to get an A320 here?
Yeah, see, they've already painted it in. So
Have they? It's not certified yet, is it?
not yet, no.
I mean, that would be something. A320
They
here,
are so coming down to see an A320.
especially the Neo. That would be something else.
Yeah.
This will be interesting. Got two crossing aircraft. So he's backtracked, isn't he? Hello, what are we doing here?
Did you hear what the ATC said?
I can't. He did say something. Request permission to do something, but I couldn't hear. But I think because that was Belfast. Was that Belfast Flight coming in? Which one's this one?
The leading plane's going to start to free. I haven't got 2-3 set up.
Flyer 68 Delta, surface wind 310 degrees, 12 knots, runway 27, clear for land.
All coming in now. This is the sort of busy moment. Yeah, I don't know what I wasn't too sure what direction they were going to use for the runway today, because it's been mainly westbound, isn't it? Wind.
Normally,
I think 190 miles west behind, that's why that's reason.
I think 2/3 of the time it lands winds from the west.
So is this that one came in earlier, didn't it? Is this his second attempt?
So something happened.
Did he come back
earlier
out?
on where the plane realised it was overweight.
Oh,
So it got all the way down to the end of the runway, and then realised it was overweight. So it had to come back down, come back into stand.
I didn't notice
then-
that.
I have no idea what. Logically, it made no sense, because the fueler had to come to reload 300 litres of fuel. No bags or passengers were taken off, and the APU wasn't running. So they've only added weight, and then it got sent off again. So, but I think it's very to do with the wind. If there's no wind and they're taking off Canary Wharf way, I should say runway 27.
Yeah.
If it takes off runway 27 here, the maximum takeoff weight is lower than if it was to go
Yeah.
runway 0.5. So maybe it's off weight, because the wind isn't that weak. But obviously with a bigger headwind, maximum takeoff weight can be higher. But
because I was speaking to staff here who came last about 2-3 weeks ago. I can't remember. I have to have a look. And they said for the first time the ATR 42 when I was overweight that week. So they didn't tell me how they got it underweight, but it was the first time it was overweight, and they had to do something to it. So God knows what they actually done to get it underweight so they could take off. So
I just thought they asked a passenger to get off, obviously give them compensation.
yeah, I mean, I would have thought that was be the case.
ATR overweight. There's another time where a plane's been overweight and the pilot just requested to burn fuel. So they just basically
Sat there.
leave the engine on
Yeah.
thrust for an extra second.
Okay, Flyer 37 is clear for takeoff. Considerably louder than the E190s, the originals. Going into the sunset there. Beautiful sky.
Flyer 37 Echo, contact 7 Echo 128 7 Flyer 35, Flyer 37 Echo, contact.
So don't know if Logan looks like it's been turned around quite quickly, really. No, it's still boarding.
You know, leaving the APU running, it burns about 400 litres of fuel every
Really?
hour.
You wouldn't think it would be that much. Like,
400 litres. So all it does is power an electric.
I mean, I suppose all it is really is just a tinier engine, isn't it, in the back of the airplane? That's all it essentially is. Right, okay, so this has got to be our final flight of the day coming in next. And then we are going to end today's stream. It's been a little bit shorter than normal, but really do thank you guys for joining us. Massive shout out to Tom also for being here in person and hearing a lot here about operations at London City. But we've got Logan Air inbound. This is a Dundee flight. This is actually a flight I flew on. With the slightly smaller than the one which is pictured right now. This is what we can see right now is the ATR 72. Coming in next is the ATR 42. So Logan 56 Lima Kilo is inbound very soon, about 3 minutes away. So we'll see that, and that'll be the last flight of the day. And of course, if you're not already, check out Tom's Instagram page on pilot_Tom. Some really good videos and pictures that you see on there on Instagram snaps. And he's a ramp agent here at London City. So you get to see the day-to-day goings on at London City. Quite rightly as well, Lawrence. Thank you, Tom. So we've got, I think, was the Belfast? I can't remember now. I lost track. I think that was Belfast coming out. Yeah, it would be Belfast, wouldn't it? Because 22's UK domestic flight, isn't it? So that's Logan.
563 in the Kilo City Tower, hello, the surface wind 320 degrees, 8 knots, runway 27, clear to land.
There we go, Logan's just checked in there.
See on news about that. See that tower.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do you know what they were? Ones who were here last time, they showed me it. I didn't realise. I heard about it. I didn't realise how bad it was.
Yeah.
I know they temporarily halt flights or something, didn't they?
A helicopter had to fly over.
Oh gosh.
It was crazy. I was going through security, and then I saw it. I saw loads of smoke. I was like, oh, where's the smoke coming from? Went through, and then it was like a building bursting with flames. It was mad. And then the guy, he was like, oh, is it the first building? And I was like, yeah, I think it is the first building. And he was like, damn, that's where I live.
Oh shit.
So then he had to like really quickly rush off to make sure his house was okay.
Oh gosh. Yeah, actually, he might have been the same person that they knew, because they said someone lives there. I'm pretty sure he did say Dan. He said someone lives there. So I'm trying to work out who it is.
It might have been Dan.
I can't remember who the two were. They're I want to say they're husband and wife. But they said they train ramp staff here. One of the training crews. But they didn't work. They said they didn't do British Airways flights. They only do non-British Airways flights here.
Maybe they were jet centre.
Might have been. Well, I don't know. Yeah, but if it was jet centre, it wouldn't be like they do Lufthansa, Swiss.
Yeah.
Over in chat, thank you very much, guys, for really nice comments. Lots of thank yous to Tom, quite rightly so as well. A lot of you have been saying about the conversation, been having great conversations. Yeah, really learnt a lot from Tom so far here. It's always good to hear from staff here at London City. LOA Ken, yeah, you've caught up with me, mate. I am nearly there with the A350 with you off Thin Air. Not too long now, I promise you, buddy. Not too long. I'm trying to sort of spread it, but because it's going to be a little bit more quieter in the winter period, so I'm just trying to sort of have some more content for you guys to watch during time. But there are going to be more. We also got one which has been, do you know, I've held up on it. I haven't done it a lot. The 777 with British Airways, the unique flight which operates from Madrid to Heathrow using 777. So experiencing Club Europe on a 777 on a short flight. Who's that taking? Someone's owning the jet sent over. Don't know who's that. I can hear that. So here we go. Here is ATR 42 inbound now. So this is going to be our last inbound arrival. Gotta love the sound of turboprops.
Luxembourg 42, Charlie Wolfens, Luxembourg, active 1 out, departure, squawk 4727.
Good Luxembourg, active 1 out for departure, squawk 4727, Luxembourg 4607, correction 4602.
Luxembourg 4602, back to correct QNH 1018, no slot report ready for start.
QNH 1018, no slot, we go Luxembourg 4602.
This is what I mean. When it was a Dundee Flight, I was over at stand 23. My gate was gate 23.
It's almost always the
42, yeah. I like that, the baby ATR. Karen says I first started spotting at this airport in the winter, so that was in the winter last year. I'll tell you what, I will be here winter time. Can't wait. I'm really looking forward to winter periods actually. It's going to be interesting. We always be nice to not being burnt in the sun or have to constantly have sun cream on me. Brian says, great stream as always, Lewis. Really greatly appreciate. Thank you. No problem at all, Brian. We're going to still focus here and watch the deboarding of the ATR 42. But again, guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me. Keep an eye on the channel. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell. And keep on hitting the like button as well. Let's get it trending for playback. We're going to be live at London Heathrow tomorrow around about 11:30. More details will be released very soon on the channel. And we can see got a great view here actually. Oh wow, Karen just using the phone there for Planespotting, liking it. Yeah, the walkway here opposite City Airport is just perfectly positioned. So will no one approach that now until that light goes off? Or just that starboard side?
Just the starboard side. So once the chocks are in, the front chocks are in, then you can put the cones around, the door will open.
Yeah.
On the big ATR, the air hostess will hand you this like big metal rod. Yeah. Which you stick on the tail.
Oh right.
And then because the ATR can tilt it.
Yes, yeah.
And the passengers offload on the back.
Yes, it's only back, isn't it? So the door's only at the back. Because the front's the cargo door, isn't it? That's the
that's it. Well, it's on the port side.
Yeah.
Very weird.
So we just watched the final takeoff here, and then that is it. We're going to finish the stream. Thank you once again, everyone who has joined us. Let's watch this City Flight outbound, and then we will sign off for today. Once again, a massive thank you to Tom. Plain saying, how far is he? You're gonna do this to me, aren't you? I'm not gonna be able to resist not filming another Wookiee coming in. Is he? Oh, you know what? Yeah. Right, final plane. I promise you. Right, let's watch this. I cannot not miss an A220. Is it a 100 series? It's a 100 series. So I promise you guys, last plane. But we'll stick around for this one. You've got to. A bit of a red sky the camera's picking up really, but doesn't look that much red. Anywho. Mark, mate, you convinced me. There we go. Just for you, Mark. That sound. Such a unique sound. I hear it sometimes just when this plane flies over my house and you just hear it in the background. Or I'm in my room or something, you can just hear that noise, the rookie sound, and you know straight away it's either an E2 or it's a A220. So we'll just watch this go to the gate. It looks like it's going to be well, it can only be gate 24 by the looks of it. It's starting to get a little bit chilly as well now. Absolutely, Mark, great way to finish the stream here. Well, I'm going to have to do a later evening one, I think, soon. It'll just be a really good...
This is when it becomes really
yeah.
understaffed. There's only 1, 2...
Yeah, you can notice it now. There's not many of them waiting about as well. Because what's the last flight out? It's 9:30.
No, it can be 10:30.
Was it 10:30? Oh wow. Because I know Sundays it's 9 o'clock, I think, isn't it? That was the last time I think I'll see it.
The plane, like an outbound, has to go out before 10:30. Right. And there was a plane once I took it for like 10:29. Just me. I think that inbound might be different. Yeah, it definitely is different.
Got to get a zoomed in shot here. You got the APU flap open as well, just at the rear of the plane. You can see it. We might be lucky at the angle that when the APU is turned off, we'll see that flap go in. Karen Cumberry with you more. Always high, end on a high note. You can't get any better than SA220, can you? So normally, how long do they keep the APU on?
So once we plug the power in,
That's when they start the procedure of turning up,
yeah,
shutting
so
it down.
we tell them, yeah, you can take the power off. They will acknowledge it, and then straight away, like, just switch it off. But then the APU doesn't instantly turn off.
No, it
takes maybe,
cools
like,
down. Yeah.
5 minutes before
Yeah.
it probably goes quiet.
Well, that is awesome to hear. Thank you very much. 150 likes on the channel on this stream today. It has been a nice, quiet, calm stream today. Not as busy as we'd originally hoped, but thank you very much for joining us. And that's it, guys. I'm going to sign off for today. Again, don't forget to join us here tomorrow. Not here, sorry, at Heathrow tomorrow. 11:30, depending on traffic, as always, with the M25. But hopefully about 11 o'clock we should be over Heathrow. It looks to be runway 27, I think it is, we should have that. Or was it 20? Sorry, 27. Yeah, 27. It is 27. Yeah, so hopefully we'll be out. Weather looks good. Guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you very soon. See you later.